of a Four Seasons loft. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice at woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear. This slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice at paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our worth is. In paradise, in paradise. We manifest dreams. In paradise, in paradise. Truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and, those of you who know me know that I've been sick the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to really do a show. We did one Monday, and I lost my voice, and then last night we played the Warriors, and we beat the crap out of them, so, I don't really like to do shows when we beat the crap out of somebody because there's really not a lot to talk about, and my shows are more about teaching you what's going on than it is about entertainment. I'm not about entertainment. I'm more of this is what's going on. This is what I see. This is what happened. Let's be more informative than less show. But that being said, my voice is just kind of coming in and out. That cold weather on Sunday, everything, just all that drainage in my throat. I'm still coughing up crap out of my chest and just not feeling good at all. So my AT&T has gone out, and so the AT&T guy is here. I can see him out there in the front, and he's going to come out and try to get my internet fixed because, if you have your router and your router is red, not green, that's a problem. So got AT&T out here finally to come out here and fix it up today, and so I'm waiting on them to any minute knock on my door because right now I think they're in the backyard trying to fix the wiring of whatever that goes from the pole to here. So I think they're out there doing that. But anyway, Thunder last night took care of business 126-102 over the Golden State Warriors. And like I said, I was, people were talking about how the Warriors and this and that. I wasn't really worried about the Warriors at all because of the simple fact the Warriors don't match up with us. They just don't. We're too young, too deep, too athletic. Got too many things going on. And then plus we do have the MVP of the league. Should have been two-time MVP, like I've said before, not just one. He should have won 2 years ago, but he was hurt and he did not get a chance to play in those three pivotal games against New York, against Boston, against Indiana, and against Philly. Plays those games, I think he wins the MVP because in the East Coast, no one really saw him play. So we weren't on TV a whole lot. So I think that had a lot to do with it. But anyway, the Thunder took care of business now, proving 11-1. There we go. We're connecting and reconnecting again. So we're trying to get that squared away. So that's going to be a headache for me. That's going to wear me out, going back and forth, disconnecting and connecting. That's going to wear me out. I can see it circling right now. It's driving me crazy. The Warriors shot 44% from the field. The Thunder were 50%. 40 rebounds to their 32. Pips points in the paint. Us 46, them 35. So you can see that we did what we needed to do to handle that. And then, of course, turnovers. We had 20 turnovers. Now, granted, a lot of that had to do with the other group. It didn't have nothing to do with SGA and our starters. It was the backups because the score was, end of the third quarter, was 107-72. Okay? 107-72. That's 35 points. And we won by 24. And for a long time we didn't score because you guys run up down court trying to get their stats in. It's on they're trying to get all their, the first time I'm going to play, first time I'm playing, so let me get my stuff. And so a lot of it had to do with that. And, it's just kind of funny because, when these guys do play, it's just hard to watch, and that's why, a guy Mark Long and his wife uh, Maya, they love to go to blue games. They love the blue games. I don't like blue games, but they love the blue games. They love going to blue games simply because it allows them to watch the younger players. I have no desire for that myself. I don't want to watch bad basketball. And so, like last night when we were at the game, watching the game, it was kind of funny because when everybody knew SGA wasn't going to play in the fourth quarter, and you knew that Chet was only going to play a little bit, you knew that iHeart was only going to play a little bit because of the simple fact we were kicking their ass by 35, and you can't take a chance on anybody getting hurt for the simple fact of just running up the score. So anyway, so watching that, it was kind of a pain doing that. But let's face this, HGA, his 84th game in a row. That he's because remember he had 72 at the beginning of the year, and we played 12 games, so he's at 84 games in a row that he scored at least 20 points. And I was telling somebody about that last night. It's just kind of funny that all of a sudden, the Thunder are talking about that. Well, I've been talking about this since last year. Those of you all who have been following me know that I've been talking about this since last year. So to me, it's like I just kind of think, oh, y'all finally caught on. Y'all are finally acknowledging something that everybody should be knowing or people should be talking about. And I thought what was interesting is KD, when KD had the record, KD has the 72 games, the most in history since the merger. Okay, since the merger. They never brought up Wilt Chamberlain, they never brought up Oscar Robertson, they never brought up both Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson having more than he did. Okay, 20 games in a row. They didn't bring that up. All it was KD. Then when SGA ties him, it was still KD. Then it went from that to, oh, well, SGA is now fourth behind Wilt Chamberlain twice at 120, 124 and 192 or something like that. And then Oscar Robertson at, what was Oscar Robertson? 82, I believe. And he just passed Oscar Robertson. So now he's third. Now all of a sudden he's third all time. Now all of a sudden he's fourth all time. What happened to how come KD wasn't fourth all time? Why was it KD since the merger, which the AB and the NBA merged, KD has the record? Now, when SGA has the record, now he's the fourth overall behind Wilt, behind Oscar Robertson. Why is that? Now, of course, he's just only behind Wilt, 124, and the other one's 92, which he'll pass Wilt pretty quickly in that. In fact, let's look at that. Let's just try to get a feel for because what is he at? 80. He's at 84 right now. So let me see. Okay, he's at 84 right now. So let's say tonight will be 85 tonight. Hornets and Pelicans will be 86 and 87. Kings will be 88. Jazz will be 89. Blazers will be 90. T-Wolves will be 91. And then he should tie Oscar Robertson at 92. I want to say it's 92 for some reason. That sticks in my head that he would be 92 for whatever reason. I need to go back and check that, but I think he'll be at 92. So that'll be in the Suns November 28th. And then he will break the record at Portland. Okay, that's when he'll break the record. Oscar or Wilt Chamberlain. So he'll be second. He'll tie Wilt Chamberlain. And then, let me see, will he break the record at home? No, it's Golden State away, so he'll break the record away. Okay, so that'll be 93. That'll be 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. And then there'll be 2 cup games in there, so that'll be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. He will break the record again away. So he'll break it against the Lakers in LA to become the most all-time 20-point games scored in a row. So unfortunately, all the games that will be here, he will be away. He will not be at home for us to celebrate that with him. But still, somebody was asking me about that last night, saying, "Well, when is he going to break the record?" And I said, "Well, here's the records he have to break," and I'll go back and check that and make sure. But I believe it's 124 and 124 and 92. I believe this what's in my head for some reason. I'll go back and make sure that I keep updated on that. So the Thunder aren't really saying who he's going to break it against and what they're not. They don't do that. They don't. Excuse me. They don't promote and do things like that, but we do on this show. And then, of course, once we start doing it, then now everybody else is doing it. It's kind of funny that all these people out there who know all this stuff about basketball, when it comes down to it, what do you really know? I just laugh at you people. Isaiah Hartenstein last night played 20 minutes, had 8 points, 7 rebounds, and shot 80% from the field, 4 for 5 once again. The shot that he missed, he should have made. So, and I think that's funny is that Chet last night was 9 for 9. Ihart was 4 for 5, and the only shot he missed was his little floater that SJ hit him on the baseline. If he hits that, Ihart and Chet would have been 14 for 14 from the field. When's the last time you had both your big men did not miss a shot? When's the last time that happened? But he missed a nice little floater about 4 feet out. You got to make that shot, and he normally does. SGA, 28 points in 28 minutes. I don't know how much more efficient you have to be to get something done. 28 points in 28 minutes. 11 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers, 9 for 19 from the field for 47%. And then, of course, 50% from 3. So his three-point average is slowly going up, which we'll have all that for you guys on Friday. Remember, Fridays and Mondays we update. We try to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is what I try to do, but we'll do it. We didn't do it today. My bad. We'll get that fixed. Cason Wallace last night, 21 minutes, 3 points. Cason played, I thought, a really, really good defensive game against Steph Curry. I thought he was playing really good, 25 plus to 25. Let me see. What were we? Okay. Ihart was plus 13, Chet plus 23, SGA plus 25, Cason plus 25, and AJ Mitchell was plus 6. But a lot of it had to do with AJ Mitchell playing with the other guys in the fourth quarter. I think that kind of hurt him a little bit. But he got a chance to get his points. That's why he was in there with that group, is to keep some balance. Number 1 with the ball handler, number 2, so he could score. He's coming. He's slowly getting there. And in fact, we're now 19-0 without J-Dub. That's crazy. That's crazy. 19-0. I mean, that's just insane. You think that we're 19-0 without our second best player or part, whatever you want to call it. I don't. To me, it's like Chet's 2A. He can be 2B, whatever. He's 2A. Chet's 2B, whatever. I don't really care. I'll take them both. Jalen Williams, J. Will, man, how about that? 2 for 5 from 3. Still, I'm going to take it, but, he needs to be 3 for 5. You're wide open, bro. You're wide open. That's 40%. I'm going to take that over what you've been shooting, but you've got to make shots. And all this other stuff, him trying to throw these passes and be all cool and stuff, it's like, man, you need to stop that. Those are turnovers. A lot of those turnovers he had were just ridiculous. I mean, he had turnovers that he should not have had last night. Those couple turnovers he did have, they were terrible passes. What are you doing? Just make a basic pass. Just do the basic stuff. He missed a cutter to try to throw a pass to the corner. He got stolen. It's like the cutter was right there, bro. Hit the cutter. Nice bounce pass. Barnheiser, 16 minutes. Okay. Jang, 20 minutes. Okay. Caruso, 15 minutes, 8 points. Love what I saw from him, 5 steals. He's a monster. He really is. Isaiah Joe, 29 minutes, 18 points. 4 for 11, 3 for 9. He got to be better. We've got to have him play better. We just got to. And, of course, Youngblood, being a youngster, doing what he's doing. So when I look at what we're doing, last night's game was just, to me, I hate when I talk about stuff like this because there's really nothing to talk about. There really isn't. There's nothing to talk about. And it's just frustrating to me. It truly, truly is. When you look at our games, we have the Grizzlies, which we won, the Warriors we won, and now we have the Lakers tonight on ESPN. nationally televised game at 8:30, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute when we go over our deals. And then, of course, after that, we have the Hornets. The Laker game is going to be tough. The Lakers are playing really well. They're playing really well, and we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, Dort will be back, and he will be playing, we hope. You've got the Hornets and the Pelicans and the Kings back to back to back. So we'll see what's going to happen with those games. And like I said, it's going to be tough, but I think we can get it done easily. I think, especially with these next two Hornets and Pelicans, we should handle our business. Kings for the third time in what would that be? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games. We played them three times. That's just crazy. It really is. It's crazy that we played them that many times. But we got them out of the way. Now Sabonis will be playing. They're a different team when he plays, and they give us different challenges when Sabonis does play for them. The Jazz are playing really good right now. They're 10th in the West in the standings, so they are playing good. They're not going to be that big of a walkover, but with Walker Kessler out for the year, that'll help us without having those two bigs in there. But they still got some issues, or still got some players, but they still have some issues, I think, that we can exploit from them simply because we're a better team. The Blazers are playing well, and once again, we should be able to handle them at home, and a nice revenge win over them after them beating us in Portland, giving us our only only L of the year. So that'll be a nice revenge game. And then, of course, we have the T-Wolves and then the Suns. And the Suns are playing well as playing well too. Playing great as well. God, man, I can't talk. I hate it when I don't feel good. Don't you hate it when you don't feel good? I hate it when I don't feel good. I know my technician's out there, so I'm going to go through this real quick and get out of here because I know he's going to be here, and I don't want you guys to be cut off, so we're going to get through this as quick as we can. I want to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit those guys up. They love to take care of you and make sure if you have a water treatment plant in your city or your county, they'll make sure you have clean drinking water. As we always say, who the hell doesn't want that? And then, of course, Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit those guys up. They'll take care of you and make sure everything is fantastic with that and get all your dirt and sand moved. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynb.com. That's www.ynb.com. OK.com, or you can go to one of their 5 locations. The main bank, 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB Eastwards off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there in front of the Fairfield Hotel, not the Fairmont. And if you guys know who I'm talking about, there's a difference between the Fairfield and the Fairmont. Huge difference. My guy Terry Miller, this is his favorite hotel every time he went to Dallas. And I always stayed at the Hyatt or Richmond, but he loved the Fairmont. That was his place. YB Peoples, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. Cannot miss it. Great place. And then, of course, Creed Cologne, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. It's some good smelling stuff. And I've not had one person who wore it who said it didn't smell good. Not one. Not one. It is really good. And as they always said, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. I agree 100% with that, Tanya. And I think we're going to be there tomorrow. I need to check with her and see exactly when that is. So now last night in the NBA, here are the scores from last night's game, and then we're going to go over the standings so you kind of know where everybody is and what's going on with everybody. Hang on one second while I blow my nose. This hot cold, that's Friday, Sunday, oh man, it just messed me up big time. I'm struggling hard to get past that, but I'll try my best to get through this show for everybody. Rockets took care of the Nets last night, which of course they should. The Grizzlies struggling. Somebody gave me this stat today yesterday, that Ja Morant The last 5 games has more turnovers than made buckets. He doesn't want to be there. They don't want him there. But the problem is, once that's known, then what you can get for him, his value, is basically nil. It's nada. And that's what's going on with him right now. It's nada. Sorry, I'm trying to drink as much water as I can. Try to get this stuff through so I can get ready for the game tonight. Celtics and the Sixers. Sixers, nice win over the Celtics. And that tells you about how good the Celtics are. Without Jason Tatum, they're still right in there. And the next Sixers are supposed to be so great, but they only beat them by 2 at home. And Maxey is just being Maxey. That's why they were able to get rid of Harden, because of the simple fact that the way Maxey was growing as a player, they could afford to move James, because they said the next future of their franchise was not James Harden, but it was Tyrese Maxey. He's just been playing fantastic. And then, of course, as we talked about, our Thunder beat the Warriors 126-102. Game was close for a little bit. And then, once again, our defense does what our defense does. It's crazy. Defense does what the defense does. And I'm going to say that's true. I didn't say this earlier. I had an over-under, and we're going to do this on the show tonight. Hopefully, we're going to do one. Or hopefully, I would say hopefully we won't do one, but we're going to talk about it anyway. I think I'm going to try to do one anyway, because I need to go home and get some rest, because I don't need to be out. I need to get in bed. We went to Insomnia Cookies last night. Oh, boy, those things are good. But anyway, here's the thing. I did an over-under. I think I'm going to put this on my Facebook. Over-under SGA not playing in the fourth quarter 14 times. 2023-24. He didn't play in the fourth quarter 5 times. 24-25, he didn't play in the fourth quarter 14 times. He's at 5 in 12 games. So what is the over/under for him? We're gonna check and see. We're gonna. I think I'm gonna post that on Facebook today. It's just that's a chance. Pacers, they're just no Miles Turner, no Hallie. They're just in trouble. They really, truly are. They're in trouble. But they can get there. Nuggets and Kings. We'll play the Kings coming up. Nuggets taking care of business slowly but surely. Climbing up the ladder, winning 5 in a row, I believe. They're a good team. Then they're getting it together, and of course they would. I think it's funny that they asked Rushbrook not to come back. I think it's funny. Heat getting beat. Nuggets couldn't beat both of them. That's clearly wrong. Spurs, Lakers, once again, doing what they did. Oh, actually, I should have cut that off, because that's wrong, because the last games were not that. So I needed to cut that off. I'm sorry, guys, because those guys was from the other night. That was from the other night. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, and the NBA standings, let's go to that, because that's easier. Man, I've got to feel better. Got to feel better. Just can't. I'm trying to get this done. I hate when I don't feel good. I hate it. Ace does too. He's trying to give me all the love, and give his daddy some love, and try to make his daddy feel better. He's already doing that. But anyway, here are the West standings. The Thunder, of course, 11-1, 3-game winning streak. Spurs 8-2, right on the heels, 3-game winning streak. Nuggets, 5-game winning streak at 8-2. The Lakers 8-3, winners of 1. Without LeBron now. Remember that. LeBron's gonna be back soon. Probably, maybe, I don't know if he's coming back tonight, but he will be back. But I think it's funny that he went from not traveling with the team. They started winning, all of a sudden he's traveling with the team. I think that's hilarious to me. As you can tell, I'm not really that big of a Bron fan. I'm just not. Then, of course, you have the Rockets, 6-3, winners of 1, which is pretty good for them, considering they don't have a point guard. And they're going to have to make a decision with that, because the simple fact Fred VanVleet is out for the year. Do you get someone for a 1-year deal while he's gone, or do you get someone with the possibility of maybe being able to release Fred VanVleet? I mean, what do you do with that? I say they're trying to. I heard my my router clicking over here. I think he's out there in the pole trying to fix that from the outside in. We'll see what that works. Then of course you've got the Rockets. Like I said, the T Wolves 7-4, winners of 3. They're slowly starting to get it together, little by little. Got to watch out for them. The Suns, a surprise team to me. Blazers are the other surprise team. Suns are 6-5, 4.5 games back, winners of 3 in a row. And the Blazers have lost 2 in a row, even though one of them was a last-second shot. They still lost those 2 in a row. And then the Warriors have lost 1 to us, but they're 6-5, which is kind of funny. 1-6 in their road games this year. The Jazz 4-7. That's all I can say is that 4-7 for the Jazz. They're sneaking in there. We have them coming up, and then of course in the East, we don't really care about it, but we do because I got Cade Cunningham as OSU alum, basketball alumni. 9-2, winners of 7 in a row. They're playing really well, and I told people at the beginning of the year that's the team, my team, that the team was the people need to watch out for. Was them. I think that they've got a squad there. They're building a team, and to me, they were the team to watch out for. Knicks 7-3, Heat 7-4, Cavs 7-4, Bucks 7-4, Sixers 7-4, Bulls 6-4. I mean, look at that 3-7. 3-7, all have 4 losses. So they're all right there together. The Heat, the Cavs, the Bucks, the Sixers, and surprisingly the Bulls. So they come, and our guy Josh Giddey doing what Josh Giddey does. Can't play defense, but everything other than that, he's fantastic. Triple-double machine. And the way that he makes passes are just, I miss Josh. I really do. I like him a lot now. More than getting Caruso? Absolutely not. But I do like him. Then, of course, rounding it out, you have the Raptors at 6-5, the Hawks at 6-5 without Trey, and then the Magic 5-6. So that's how you do that. And then, of course, my power rankings, even though we're going to change these up a little bit, we're going to change these up from what they are now. We have the Thunder, the Spurs, the Nuggets, and, of course, those are 3 best teams, the Rockets, Lakers. And after that, the Pistons are coming. And I'm almost thinking I should put, depending on what I see with the Lakers now, I need to see them in person. So, but I may have to switch and put them in front. We shall see how that's going to work in front of the Lakers. The Knicks, Bucks, Cavs, all 4 of those are Eastern teams. All 4 of them are right there in the rankings. And then, of course, you have the T-Wolves slipping in there at 10. I had to give the East some love. I just can't say that the West just dominates them, even though the West does. It is what it is when it comes to that, in my opinion. My humble opinion, that's what I see happening. So, but anyway, I see my my guys just getting here. My AT&T guy just walking up on the porch, because I have my window open so I can look out, or my blinds, my whatever the hell these things are called, drapes, whatever. Kind of moved over so I can look and see him. So I see him on the porch. So I need to go and get out so he can get my wireless fixed. So I'm not doing hotspot. And burning up all my juice for that. Since I'm at home, I should not be able to, shouldn't have to use hotspot since I have paying for internet, right? I think you agree with that. So, that being said, hey, Thunder Lakers tonight. Be ready for it. Game's 8:30, ESPN.